ICE needs to be abolished. It cannot be reformed, and Kristi Noem must be impeached.
Are you prepared to vote against DHS funding if it means partially shutting down the government?
Well, I'm not giving ICE or Border Patrol another dime.
We have to pull that lever. That's the lever we have at this moment in time.
Kristi Noem, frankly, should go.
I can't vote for a bill that includes ICE funding under these circumstances.
We need to impeach Kristi Noem.
We have a bill about funding them, giving them more money. I'm not voting for that.
Noem's got to go.
This is what the Democrats did. They worked with cartels and the Third World to have the greatest human trafficking operation in world history poured into the United States, 20 million. And then they harbor them in these sanctuary cities and then riot when you can't come pick them up. And then blackmail us and saying, we're going to shut down the government if you keep arresting criminal illegal aliens in our towns. That's insane. Donald Trump has reduced illegal immigration and violent crime to century-low levels. And the Democrat response is violence and blackmail. That is absolute craziness. Shutting down the government did not work very well last time. Defunding the police did not work very well last time. I don't know why they're doing it, but here's the reason. It's about power. The census is already going to strip away a bunch of electoral votes from the Democrats based on population next time, all right? So they're facing that. They could still win the blue wall and not win the election next time. And Donald Trump has suctioned up 10,000 illegals out of Minneapolis already, which basically takes away a congressional district. So they're fighting for everything because this is about survival. And if you reduce immigration, you reduce the welfare scams that they're able to kick back into their political war chests. And the offspring of the immigrants vote Democrat 2-1. That's what they're fighting for. That's why it's so violent.
Jessica, what is it exactly that Democrats want in order to pass this bill? Do they want ICE defunded? And they want a bill without any ICE funding at all? What is it that they want?
Well, they want, and I mean, it's a lot of minutiae, but they want it split up. The minibus bill put into essentially 5 separate sections so that you could actually get your hands on money that would be going towards ICE specifically versus other parts of DHS that you do want funded, because you want FEMA funded and you want TSA funded, and in some cases you want Customs and Border Patrol funded. I don't think the Democrats will be out alone on this. I mean, Rand Paul pointed out, as Dana did as well, that a lot of the ICE funding has already gone through. But there are a lot of Republicans who are very upset with the way ICE is doing their job. Rand Paul has called for big investigations into this. Kristi Noem will be testifying before the judiciary, I think, on March 3rd.
So are they going to shut down the government for 5 weeks?
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this idea that it's only Democrats that are upset about this is preposterous. And Jesse says, you know, you're getting violent because you're so upset that we're picking up violent criminals. There will be a full investigation. Kaylee is right about that. But what people saw this weekend with Alex Preddy wasn't picking up a violent criminal. That's not what they saw with Renee Good. That's not what they've seen with over.
You're saying that the operation to seize this guy from Ecuador, wanted for battery, you're saying that's not true?
That the people
You're saying that's not the operation that they were conducting?
The people who we are watching in ICE are either untrained to be doing this job, which is what Brian O'Hara, the Minneapolis police chief, I'm talking about Renee Good for the first one.
Okay, the guy had been 8 years in ICE.
Well, there is a guy
another 8 years in Border Patrol.
who was not armed and was down on his knees. That's what we do know from looking at the video footage right now. You have 46% of Americans that are saying to abolish ICE. That's gone up 20 points since June alone. You have stories like Target employees who are American citizens getting picked up while they're at work. It's not what you're saying that it is. If they were all bad hombres, people would be sitting back and okay with it.
This could be ended
today.
Hand
them over, Jessica.
So Chuck Schumer, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Chuck Schumer wants to end this. Well, let's end it. Here's how you end it. You don't shut down the government. You shut down the government and you lose politically. You achieve nothing. We see what happened with the last government shutdown. It achieved nothing. The Obamacare subsidies still have not passed. So the only thing you achieved is the hopefuls in the Democratic Party getting mad at you after. Gavin Newsom calling you pathetic and the deal pathetic. Pete Buttigieg, a bad deal. J.B. Pritzker, this is not a deal. It's an empty promise. That was the criticism Chuck Schumer and the establishment got. You want to end this now? Do what Donald Trump has asked. End sanctuary city jurisdictions. CBP and ICE, who I think very highly of, the great work that they do protecting children, people who have committed sexual assault crimes against kids, you are right in that they are not trained to handle crowd control. This is where police come in. This is where law enforcement comes in. And when you have a sanctuary city jurisdiction that doesn't allow local law enforcement to work with ICE, to work with Border Patrol, what do you get? 60% of violent interactions, 60% have taken place, more than that, in New York City, Minneapolis, Los Angeles. What's the commonality? These are blue jurisdictions. Allow police to work with ICE and Border Patrol in sanctuary city jurisdictions. I guarantee you, you will not see this happen again.
Yeah, it's so Title II, Chapter 19 of the Minneapolis Code of Ordinances specifically prohibits any city assets from being used for immigration enforcement. So
there you go.